Welcome to our captains, respectively, for the Queensland teams that are in the big games this weekend. We've got James Hopes, Brisbane Heat, and Jodie Fields for the iconic and roller Queensland Fire. And two teams both got plenty to play for in their games. The Heat for their game match with the Hurricanes, and the Fire, obviously, against the Victorians. And James, you've been in some finals. Advice from Jodie?
Stay calm, I suppose. Very easy to get ahead of yourself in finals, and the trick is for the whole game to stay calm and stick to your game plans, and that's how most people get their nerves and keep their nerves in check.
Jodie, of course, a very respected international player, of course, and the finals are no surprise to you as an international player, but for Queensland it's the first time since 2005-06, and how do the girls sort of react in this time?
Yeah, look, it's been a long time between drinks, hasn't it? So I think everyone's really excited. We haven't had much of a turnaround between last weekend's games, but we've got a bit of confidence up against Victoria, having beaten them in the round games, and hopefully we can come out and play well on Friday.
First time the format's been the way it has, and obviously if it had been the old format, it would have been a final. Queensland finishing second by half a point, but it's good for you guys to play a semi-final and then potentially, I suppose from an Australian point of view, play a final and then a playoff game too.
Yeah, I mean, in previous years it would have been 1 versus 2 in the final, and could have been SCG for us, but there's more motivation for us to play well on Friday, and out there at Blacktown, out in the sticks at Parramatta. Hopefully we can play well and turn up on Sunday at the SCG.
Potentially maybe the last chance for some of the Queensland girls who have obviously worked for a number of years sort of through the Fire program to sort of be in this position. Is that something an extra motivating factor?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of veterans there, have been playing for a long time now, and you never know what happens at the end of the season or who might pull up stumps, but there's been a few girls that have played a number of games for Queensland, and hopefully on Friday we can go one step further towards that final on Sunday and hopefully bring home a trophy to Queensland.
James, obviously with the Heat coming around, it's a game where the simplest way for you guys is to play the game and win the game, isn't it, at this stage? It's the easiest way to prepare for it.
Yeah, but by the time we get down to Hobart, we'll know exactly what we have to do. Fingers crossed one of the strikers or the scorchers gets hammered tomorrow night, and we'll just make it that if we win in Hobart we'll go through, but yeah, we'll definitely know what we got to do when we get down there, so we're still kicking. It was disappointing the other night because if we'd got over the line there it may have made things a little bit easier for us in Hobart, but we're still alive in the competition, which is nice.
Talking about sort of, I guess we've got a situation with Bulls, Fire, Heat. We've got a lot of teams that sort of compete in various competitions, and I guess everyone runs their own programs. Do you guys have much chance to sort of keep tabs on who's doing what around the season?
We knew the Fire girls were close to securing a spot in the semis, and guys will keep a track of it. But actually during the off season, it's good to see them at the finals actually, because when we arrive at the gym at 9 o'clock, they're normally well and truly finished or leaving it when we get there at 8. So yeah, it's good. It's good to see Queensland teams being so successful. We won the Shield last year, and the girls are in with a very legitimate shot at the whole thing this year, and the Heat are still kicking away, and in the Queensland teams we're in both domestic competitions as well. We're well and truly in the race.
James, previously from you guys' point of view too, I suppose it's easy to get caught up in the cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think, as Hopes you just said, we always have a bit of a joke that we're always in there at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting ready to go to work at 8, and the boys are sort of coming in, having a bit of a laze around, get ready for their gym session. But that's the way it is, and we love following the Heat boys. And I know that even on the weekend in Tassie, we were all following the BBL and really eager to find out how the Heat were going. So hopefully they can get into the finals as well, and hopefully we can both have some good wins.
Final question. Obviously, travel is a big part of the preparations, and the Heat are fairly fortunate. They've got a pretty established schedule, but the Fire have had some great road trips in this season so far. Is that steeled you might say? A couple of 12-hour days and 9-hour trips, is that right?
Yeah, we haven't had too much luck with plane trips, to be honest, this year, but we're sort of like third time lucky. Hopefully there's no more delays on Thursday night and we get down there safe and sound. And as you always know, I'd rather be on the ground anyway. I'd rather not be in the sea, to be honest. So yeah, but anyway, looking forward to Friday, and also seeing how the Heat boys go, and good luck to both teams, I guess.